Roy, right when you got in there, I looked at the bench and all of your teammates were pretty ecstatic. What's the dynamic like in this locker room and how you've been able to fit in here?
A bunch of good guys. They want to win, so, just try to be a good teammate on the bench, and just be as helpful as I can. So I love the energy, I love the support, and whether I'm on the bench or on the court, I'm going to support the guys.
Yeah, Roy, as a veteran, I was watching you tonight. During the huddles, you're always talking to players. You're always trying to break down stuff. Was this the kind of Nuggets basketball you wanted to see?
Yeah, I think we got to make teams, be like, we got to play the Nuggets. It's going to be tough for us to get a win. So, the guys play a lot of energy, a lot of heart. No matter if they're the number 2 seed and we're the 8th seed right now, on any given night, a team can get their number pulled.
What was the key to that fourth quarter defense? It seemed like everyone was on tact in it.
The guys are locked in. They want to win. I see you, boy. But they were energized, and Coach gave a great Braveheart speech to us before the game to get the guys going.
Roy, just one more for me, but you guys got a back-to-back, and Coach said the real test is coming out with that kind of energy you had today tomorrow.
I'm just going to support the guys. I thought Gary did a great job playing defense tonight on Isaiah. So, that type of stuff doesn't go unnoticed. So, Jameer did a good job, go and control the pace. So, I have a lot of love for those guys. So, I'm going to be the biggest cheerleader on the court tomorrow night. So.
Well, Roy, it seems like you're certainly fitting in here. Thanks for your time.
Got you.
Back to you. Gary, though, going into tonight, Isaiah Thomas, that was a huge point of contention and somebody that you knew you had to go in there and guard physically, and you were able to do that.
That type of player, he's going to score his points. You just got to try to make it as difficult as possible with him. The teammates, the bigs did a great job being up on the pick and rolls, and we were able to limit, especially his fourth quarter scoring.
Yeah, it seemed like everyone was on the same page tonight from the start.
Yeah, we were. Everybody was in the right coverages. We did a great job. We were definitely locked in coming in this game.
In regards to those coverages and defense overall, but especially that fourth quarter, how was it different?
We knew they were going to come out and try to make a run. It was, 11-point game going to the fourth. They're going to try to make a run. They're going to increase the pressure. So we had to, come and be locked in, be ready to play.
How important was this win, especially with that playoff race that's going on right now for that 8th seed?
We having one-game series right now. We got to win each game we can, so we only focus one game at a time. We can't look ahead. And we couldn't look ahead to SAC. We had to focus on Boston, and, we completed that task. Now it's time to look on the SAC.
Yeah, now looking on to SAC, what's the keys for tomorrow?
When we play with energy, man, it's and when we focus, it just seems like the game goes a lot better, especially when we get off to a good start. I forget the stat, but when we win the first quarter, we were pretty good. So as long as we come out, be ready to play, focus from the jump, I like what our team can do.
Yeah, Gary, finally for you, Coach Malone was saying since December 15th, #1 offense, and if the defense can just step it up, how good this team could be.
It can be good. It's just being locked in from the jump, and especially the beginning of the game. If we come out, with the right energy, it just carries on throughout the whole game.
Gary, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Back to you. Wilson, something Coach said at the beginning was that you guys had to come out strong from the start. You did that tonight. What was the difference? How were you able to do it?
We just played hard on defense. We helped one another. And we was aggressive one-on-one, and we had Yoke back and Gallo back, so that's a big difference.
Yeah, how much do they help enhance this game?
Yoke, he can do everything, as we all know, and Gallo is a great scorer, so, we needed both of those guys.
Speaking upon that defense, the fourth quarter defense, is that the kind of defense you want to see from this team?
Yeah, for sure. Isaiah Thomas is a fourth quarter guy. He leads the NBA in fourth quarter points, and Gary did a great job on this today.
21 points for you. How have you been so efficient and consistently efficient?
Just being aggressive,
Being aggressive in this physicality, do you think this team is being able to step up in that?
Yeah, we're going to have to. We want to make the playoffs. Dallas and Portland right behind us, so we got to get wins however we can.
Did it seem like a playoff-type atmosphere tonight?
Yeah, for them it was. A road game, but it was good.
How significant was this win, final one for me?
It was a huge win. We needed this win. We just dropped a game, and Portland won a game. Dallas' schedule is pretty weak the next few games, so we needed that win.
Wilson, I really appreciate this. Thanks. Well, Coach, before this game, you talked about having a strong start. The guys came out and gave that to you today.
Yeah, we mentioned that before the game. I told our guys, win the first quarter. Now we're 13-2 and win the first quarter at home. It gets us off to a great start. It means that we're ready to play. And on top of that, I thought our pace, our energy was terrific, and our defense was great. And obviously that's a very good team over there. Held them to 99 points on 42 from the field. And then you go to the fourth quarter. We hold them to 19 points on 36%, and Isaiah only scores 2 points, and he leads the NBA in fourth quarter scoring. So what a great effort. It's great to have Gallo back, to have Nicola back. Gary Harris's defense tonight was inspiring. So a great win. Can't get satisfied. We have another one tomorrow in Sacramento.
What was so inspiring about Gary Harris's defense?
Gary's a guy that embraces the challenge. So we put him on Isaiah, and every time they put Isaiah back in the game, I put Gary back in the game. He embraces that opportunity to guard the best in the NBA. I think he's one of the better two-way players in the NBA, and he's making a name for himself. And guarding Isaiah Thomas is not an easy challenge, but it's one that Gary embraced, and he had help behind him, no doubt. Our bigs did a good job in picking rolls. We made it hard for him, and Gary did the rest. So that was great to see. Nicola gets 21, 10, and 7. Wilson gets 23 and 8, and Gallo gets 20 and 5. So our starting front court, when we're healthy, it's a pretty talented threesome.
Yeah, how does that ball movement change when you have Jokic and Danilo Gallinari back?
Yeah, I tell you what, I think our ball movement's been pretty good. Last couple of games, even without Nicola, 31 assists. Last game, 28 the game prior. We had 17 assists at halftime, only wound up with 24. But that means we're playing the right way. That means we're sharing, we're cutting, we're moving the ball from side to side, and I think when we do that, we're hard to guard. You couple that with the defensive effort that we displayed tonight. Like I said all year long, man, consistency. If we can do that consistently, we could be a really good team.
You spoke about pace. What was the difference maker with that tonight?
I think early on our defense, and when we defend, that allows us to get out and run. I think on the year now we're 21 and 10 when we score over 110 points. That's where we need to play. That's who we are, and that's a pretty good winning percentage for us. We can't get caught playing in the 90s and the low 100s. That's not to our advantage. But early on, it was defense, it was ball movement, it was cutting, and when we play like that, usually good things happen.
Were you surprised with the energy Nicola came out with? It seemed like he was really active on both ends.
Yeah, no, he was. And, originally I thought I'd only play him like 5 minutes to start and kind of get him out because he'd be exhausted. But I ran him probably seven minutes, and he was great. And obviously he was a big part of us getting off to a good start. His defense, his finishing, his passing, and playmaking. But this is who we have to be. We have 17 games to go. It can't be we were 1-2 in a homestand and we need this game. We need all the games. This is the stage of the season that we're in right now. We have to approach every game like it's our last and play like with a sense of desperation that we play with tonight.
I was going to say that's the challenge. What's the message to get guys to kind of understand and buy into that?
Well, the message is really simple. When you don't do it, we lose. When you do it, we win. And if you really want to be a playoff team, this race is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. It's going to be a hell of a finish. It's going to be really close to see who is going to come out on top in this race for the Western Conference playoffs. But for us to give ourselves a chance and not worry about everybody else, take care of your business. Play hard, sense of urgency, play with like a desperation. And I thought we had that tonight because, hey, this is a very good team. They have a great player in Isaiah. We had a disappointing homestand to this point. So 2-2 is not what we wanted, but it's a hell of a lot better than 1-3.
What were you able to do versus Isaiah defensively tonight?
Gary Harris, we were very aggressive, Gary was, and then all of his dribble handoffs. They lead the league in dribble handoffs per game. On his dribble handoffs and his pick and rolls, we had our bigs up. Nicola was up, Darrell Arthur, Mason Plumlee were even up higher, and made him see a crowd. Tried to put two on the ball at times, make him more of a facilitator and playmaker. And then we knew the other four guys were going to have to give great multiple effort because if you're going to protect the rim on that roll and they throw back to their shooters, you have to be willing and able to do more than one thing on the defensive end. And we had great examples of that tonight.
What was your disputes with the officials that earned you the tech?
I just don't like being ignored. We always have these conferences and we talk about communication. And I asked a question and I didn't get an answer. Didn't get an answer. And then, it got to the point where I kept on asking the question. I'm not going to go away. I'm going to keep asking. I just want an answer. Why was it a double tech? And I didn't get one. And, Tony took offense to that. And, granted, he gave me tech. Good for him. And we move on. But that's all. I was just trying to get an explanation why there was a double tech when I didn't think Wilson really had anything to do with that foul on Marcus Smart. But, like I told our guys, I owe them a point, so I owe it down and back in practice, I guess.
The whole second half, they would get it within 10 points, and they would get real close, but every time you guys push back. What have you seen different from the team from the start of the year until now, where they just compete and endlessly push like that?
Yeah, I think also a big word is poise. You know they're going to make a run at some point. We talked about it at halftime. They're going to come out and play with a great sense of urgency and get very aggressive, and that's when they're at their best. When it got a little tight, we were able to make enough plays, and more importantly, we were able to get key stop after key stop after key stop. And, it's a testament to our guys growing up this year, showing poise under pressure, handling a little bit of adversity, and making enough plays to get the win. So very, very proud of our guys. The challenge is this. We get on a plane and go to Sacramento, cannot be a letdown. And tomorrow night is now a must-win, and that's how we have to approach it.
Is this the best version of the Nuggets?
Yeah, I tell you, when you defend like that, you hold a team that is as capable as they are to 99 points and 42 from the field, especially our fourth quarter defense, which was probably the best defense we played the whole night. That's my best, version, because that's what I think we need to be. The offense is the offense. I mean, I keep on saying it. 30 teams in the league since December 15th, we have the #1 offense in the NBA. Not Golden State, not Houston. We have the #1 offense. If we play a little bit of defense, we're going to be a really good team. And we did it tonight. But again, with now 17 to go, can we do it tomorrow night? And therein lies the challenge. For a very young team that has a lot of guys going through this for the first time in their young careers, it's a great experience for all of us.
Being aggressive on defense, being up in pick and rolls like you talked about, is that maybe the key to unlocking what you guys have on that end of the floor, you think?
Well, we tried it against Washington. It wasn't really successful. So, and that's the thing. I think now we're, 5-4 since the break. In our 5 wins, our defense has been really good. And our 4 losses has been non-existent. And whether it's John Wall, whether it's Isaiah Thomas, tomorrow night, whether it's Darren Collison and Ty Lawson, we have to find a way to bring it. And I just know this, Harrison, when we do defend and we do rebound, I trust our offense. I'm not worried about us really scoring, but it's going to come down to defense and rebounding, and tonight we had both.